Hello! That was my dog freaking out, that little noise. So, for the first time ever, I am in my own room doing this video. So this is exciting. This is the bed that I sleep in. I sleep in a window. These are my LED lights that can change to any color I so choose. That is my Godzilla poster. This is the rest of my room. That is my girlfriend. And this is me. So, I'm doing last week's video response because I neglected to do it, unfortunately. First question was, what is appropriation? The dictionary definition of appropriation is the act of taking something for one's own use, typically without the owner's permission. So, an example of this is like, what did you say? It was like those Kimmy K braids? Mm-hmm. Kimmy K braids, which was like an appropriation of like black culture. I think, so there's like, is an example of it. The other next question was, and then what is an appropriation? Is just not doing that. So like, if I just don't take someone else's stuff, then you're not appropriating, I guess. When do you have the right to perform another person's story? When do you not? Describe the way the question. Sorry. So I think a way in which you are allowed to tell someone's story is, well, the best way to know if you can tell someone's story is if they give you the damn permission to do it. That's always a great sign. Because then they themselves have purposely said, yes, you may do my story because I trust you to do it. A time when I think it's, so that's like the most like literal way of like, you could do this story. Another time you can think you could do the story is if like you have a connection to it or you know something about that culture or story itself. You're invested in it because either you have a relation to it or you've done the research correctly to do it justice. Time when you don't have a right to do the story is if you are doing a story that has nothing to do with you, and by trying to represent that story, you are thereby insulting it or the people or whatever involved in it because you are just like going in without thinking about what you're doing. The last time a theater event changed me. It's quite rare when a theater experience changes me because I guess I just haven't seen enough theater, honestly. But I can say that film is a good driving portion. And the time that film changed my point of view, there's a film called August Rush. And the plot basically is, this is a summary, it's just this kid who is able to, and I haven't seen it in a while, is able to hear the music in everything, and literally like anything you can imagine. Highly recommend it. It's a great movie. And that, for me, and I wouldn't say it's the most recent time, but it's the only time I can think of right now, it was really interesting because when I was a kid, I was just like, music's music. But when I saw that, I was like, no, anything is music and can be music, and all you have to do is listen. And that was incredible to think about. Like it's all around us. Like, every day. People talking, corn talking, the wind going through the trees. Any and everything is music. So that was really an eye-opening experience for me. How do you hope that... So, last question was, how do you think that the audience will change the piece? Will be changed by the piece? I think we're dealing with a very heavy topic. I think it's very difficult, purposefully, to figure out how do we express the show that we want to put on in a way that is respectable and also like accurate and very sensitive, but at the same time does kind of walk the line of like I don't know what I'm trying to say. It walks that fine line, I guess. And I think so key is that the audience, if we talk about it being the BOCO community, is open, is willing to learn, willing to get something out of the experience that we are doing, if at all. But also, I think the audience that we are going to be performing for isn't exactly the audience that needs to be reached. Because I think. But yeah. That's it. Alright. See you later.